People, I've got some crazy updates for you guys about the top five situation. I'll be real with you. This story is devolving to one of the most bizarre things that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm seeing several things that I literally cannot believe are true today. But it's looking like this might be, it might just be how it is. Okay. So we've got a lot of updates for you. Let's just get straight into it. Okay. Off the back, as 4Extra would say. And apparently top five is back. So according to this little clip that is circulating today from our boy Neon, Big Neon Sing in the building. Okay, you're going to hear more about him soon. He got on the phone with top five. This is top five's first on the phone appearance. Like, this is the first time we're seeing top five. Well, okay, we're not seeing top five. I'll just get into the clip and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Neon.
I'm on stream, brother.
Oh, they can't see my face.
No, I'm not showing you.
They can hear me. They can hear me.
I love you so much, bro.
You know what he's saying, Neon?
I love you, bro. I want you to know that you're gonna bounce back 20 times harder, and I'm gonna give you a big kiss on the cheek.
You're fire. You can do that. Yeah. You see this bandage on my neck?
Yeah, I see it. I see it. What?
I'm doing an IRL stream on Friday, dude.
Neon's life is just too lit, man. Crazy. Is that it? We didn't even hear the rest of the call. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Okay, this must be set up promo, okay? Because it's too perfect, right? Top five just says the one thing that you want to hear, and then suddenly the camera pans and Neon's at a car meet up. It's insane. But look, let's just have a quick little recap of what we heard here, because there's new information, there's tidbits, there's nuggets of new information here, and this isn't even like this is the tip of the iceberg, because I've got a lot of unseen material that you're about to see today. It's mental.
He's saying, Neon.
I'm on stream, brother.
Oh, they can't see my face.
No, I'm not showing you.
He doesn't want to show his face, right? He's saying that they can't see my face. Don't show my face, Neon. Don't show my face. I don't know what's going on with top five's face, man. Who knows? Is his face? Did he get injury to his face? Like, who knows? We're hearing he got stabbed in the neck. We're hearing his neck got cut in a very long wound. It got sliced. Who knows? Okay, it's actually incredible that he's even still alive at this point. Okay, it's actually insane. Bro, so he can't show his face. That's what we know. That's what we're seeing.
They can hear me. They can hear me.
I love you so much, bro.
You know what he's saying, Neon?
I love you, bro. I want you to know that you're gonna bounce back 20 times harder, and I'm gonna give you a big kiss on the cheek.
You're fire. You can do that. Yeah. You see this bandage on my neck?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
He's saying, you see this bandage on my neck. Now, I was even thinking to forensically zoom into this and try and see a picture of top five reflected in Neon's glasses, but I don't think we're quite mission impossible enough for that to find any proof of what's going on here. But he's saying, look at the bandage on my neck. IRL stream Friday. Now, look, people, I don't know if top five's probably still in London, right? If he's suffered a serious injury like the one that we've had described to us, he's likely still in London. This Friday stream could well be in London, could be in the ends. It could be in the ends, guys. It could be in, like, bro, that's crazy, okay? I feel like the most gangster thing that top five could do is pop outside with a London IRL stream and just let the world know that he's still outside, man. Let the world know that he's not scared of what's going on out here in these streets. Now, talking about top five surviving an assassination attempt, okay? It's actually crazy. So check this out. Somebody's been posting this in the the Torontology subreddit. And they're pointing out something very interesting. And this particular poster in Torontology is becoming legendary for his absolutely outrageous posts. This is Whole Perspective, and we'll talk about him a little bit more later. But he has just made a post glazing top five and setting out the history, man. It's crazy. So look, he's saying there's only 3 rappers, according to ChatGPT, that have beat a murder charge and survived an assassination attempt. Gucci Mane, Lil Boosie, and now top 5. It's true. Is actually true, realistically. I mean, maybe there's more and I don't know them, but like rappers to have beaten a murder charge and an assassination attempt. Now, Lil Wayne's never had a murder charge. He did beat an assassination attempt from your boy, from somebody, somebody over there when all that went down. Man, it's crazy. Saying top 5 also beat first degree, while Gucci Mane beat a second degree murder. Boosie was also not the intended target. He was shot in the leg at a party. Top 5 was the intended target, and they aimed for his neck. God turned it to brass. Even 50 Cent didn't do this shit. My point is, you're in a class of your own. Your life story on Netflix would be insane, but you need to stop being erratic and change your life for success. Stop doing stupid stuff like going to clubs by yourself. We get it, man. You got heart. Stop risking your life. armed security. At this point, F the city. The rap game hasn't had anything like this for a while. Not Toronto, not Chirac, not New York. This is like 50 Cent all over again, except it's bigger. Stop playing with your life. I don't know who on that dude's team he listens to with a functioning brain, but knock some brain cells into that man. You got some money like most rappers want. You got the story they would die for. Use it. This is whole perspective, okay? You're going to see more of this guy, okay? This is like the guys when Lil Jeff died and they were just saying they couldn't sleep, realizing their god Lil Jeff was not around anymore to catch more hats, okay? Let us get stand your ground laws and license to carry. I'm relieving the GGGs of all of their duties. You choose to run up, you signed your death waiver then and there. Think about the kids, the baby mama drama, the unpaid car bills and credit card bills and the rent before you run up on top 5. Because if you do, I don't care about any of that. You're dying right there and then. And I'm going to upload the video so 17 knows I'm not playing. What? On my days off protecting top 5, whole perspective security services will be protecting Doovie. I'm gonna make my clients make peace, okay? People are loving it, all right? People are loving this guy. They're just loving they're loving the D-Rider, man. Shout out to Whole Perspective. He's doing his thing on the Reddit interwebs. But listen, this isn't really these aren't the exclusives that I'm actually here to show you, okay? I've got some craziness, all right? So look, I'm gonna start you off with a couple pieces of info that haven't really had much shine put onto them, but I just think they're interesting. So if you remember in my last video, right, that I did about this, or maybe it was a few videos before, but I shared a couple of articles, one of which was from the Sun US, right, the Sun US edition, which I'll show you here, talking about the festival stabbing of top 5. Now, if this website was functional, I would be showing you what's on this page, but it's not. There we go, it's loading. Okay, so in this, what Trump would call a fake news article, okay, it plays this video of a massive, like, giant mob smashing up a car in Manor House, had nothing to do with the top 5 situation, and this article also fabricated a fake, like, Metropolitan Police statement, okay? Metropolitan Police said police officers were called, reports of a stabbing in Spring Park Drive, the victim was approached by a group, blah, 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 nothing to do with the top 5 situation. Now, this very well may have been a statement by the Metropolitan Police that's real. I haven't been able to find this statement anywhere, but there's other statements I haven't been able to find. But basically, this is a cap article, right? This is nothing to do with top 5. They don't know what they're talking about. It's all cap. And I know that I may have accidentally said some cap in my career, but at the end of the day, we're searching for the truth. I'm always willing to correct the record where wrong. And the reality is that this article was false. But now a real article has actually come out, like a non-cap version of the article, and there's not really too many more details here, but I'm seeing this and thinking, okay, we've now got a genuine article about the stabbing. That there was a period when I thought the whole thing was fake. I thought it might have been a publicity stunt, but now we have a couple of real articles. This is actually reporting on what really happened. So a man had been stabbed in a fight outside a wireless festival after party in central London. What is going on with this? Fed's trying to get me down. Fed's trying to get me down. What? Okay. So a man's been stabbed after a fight outside of a wireless festival after party held in central London. Piccadilly was cordoned off by police after the knife attack on Monday, July the 14th at 1:15 a.m. Now, Piccadilly, that's Times Square. That's basically Times Square. This is the most hot bait area of London that you could possibly do something like this in, just for the record. And rappers be shooting up Times Square, don't get me wrong. I know the New York guys do get very busy. They get extremely busy. They don't want us to get this info, man. They do not want us to get to this intelligence, okay? But look, here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to close this, and it's all going to be good. A man in his 20s was treated for stab injuries before he was taken to hospital, where his injuries were found to be non-life-changing or threatening. So realistically, that's actually a good news. Like, this is the first time we're seeing an official statement that looks like it could be from, the Met Police, someone see. I mean, this says it is from the police, I believe, or it just says, this is just sort of a statement, I guess. I'm guessing this is from the Metropolitan Police. But it's basically saying, look, non-life-changing or non-threatening. So he's definitely going to have a big wound, but it's non-life-changing. He's not unable to function. He's not got no issues. He's not got no nerve damage. It's just a slice. I'm downplaying it, but it's just a slice, right? But that is good news for top 5, okay? It occurred near the 194 venue in London where UK artist Stefflon Don had held a celebrity stripper party of the year on Sunday at 10 p.m. So this was the event that people were talking about that it was at. So we can tell this article is 30. Okay, it was advertised as a wireless after party following the 3-day music event at Finsbury Park. No arrests have been made at this stage, but investigations continue. A Met Police spokesperson said on Monday the 14th of July at 1:15 hours, police were called to Piccadilly W1 Central following reports of a stabbing. Met officers attended the scene alongside paramedics who treated a man in his 20s for stab injuries before taking him to a nearby hospital. His injuries are confirmed to be non-life-threatening or changing. This is an early stage. There have been no arrests. There's been no arrests, okay? There's been no arrests at this stage. So there's also an article from Yahoo. I mean, it basically says the same thing, but it's like the real police reports, like the real reports of what's going on with this are actually circulating now, okay? It's actually getting around there. And clearly the police are actually investigating this, okay? But look, people, we're nowhere near finished, all right? And again, look, I don't want to put any misinformation out there. I'm not necessarily suggesting that what I'm about to tell you has anything to do with this, but there's another story that's been going on in Toronto today that a lot of people have been saying may have something to do with this. That I haven't seen any evidence to prove it, but this is a pretty serious situation. And, you know, the Torontology subreddit, they're wrapping this up and saying this has something to do with it. But I don't know, but I'm just going to report to you what people are saying. So, you know, unfortunately, a very sad story has been making headlines that a young man from Toronto by the name of, well, a young man from Canada by the name of Lil Bentley, I believe he's actually from Montreal, but people are describing him as a BFR affiliate. That's been debated in the comments, but he unfortunately lost his life outside a Toronto shopping mall. So a lot of people are saying, so it was the Yorkdale Mall, and I believe I actually do have a video. So I believe it's the Yorkdale Mall that they're talking about, and like here people are saying, what was he doing in Yorkdale at 6 in the morning? He was saying trying to be first in line, trying to be first to be lined. But apparently this is, as described here, a disgusting mall. I mean, I feel like I've seen this mall mentioned in other stories, and I suppose this is a grimy place where it goes down. It seems like a lot of the cities where there's a big drill scene, there's always a shopping mall that's like a center of violence. People always talking about getting caught lacking at like the Lenox Mall in Atlanta. I think there's a mall, I think there's a famous mall in Baton Rouge that I know is a hotspot for this kind of thing. So yeah, people are saying this is a disgusting mall, but there was a serious incident here where a young man lost his life, and people are saying it's connected. I'm not sure if I believe that it's connected, but this is the latest news from Torontology. So let's have a look at this.
The shooting happened around 6:15 this morning here on the northeast side of Yorkdale Mall in the parking lot area right outside the Indigo bookstore. There's a blue car I can see parked there, and then in front of it I can see there's a body covered by an orb. That's the victim. Witnesses tell me they heard several shots, like 5 to 10 shots. They believe this was a drive-by. They heard the shots. They looked out. They saw a man on the pavement. That man was pronounced dead on scene. They believe the gunman took off in a vehicle. Police have this whole area of Yorkdale Mall sealed off this morning. Traffic not allowed in or out.
At approximately 6:13 a.m., police responded to reports of gunfire in the parking lot area. Upon arrival, officers located a victim who had been shot. Life-saving measures were initiated. However, the victim was sadly pronounced deceased at the scene. I can confirm that the victim is a man in his 20s. Out of respect for the family, we will not be releasing further details until next of kin have been notified. This investigation is in its early stages, and we're working to determine exactly what happened and who's responsible. I want to assure the public that we're dedicating all necessary resources to this case. You're going to see an increased police presence in the area as our work continues over the course of the next days and weeks.
So Lil Bentley was a Montreal rapper. I was just checking out his song Forever Stuntin', and you know, it's street music. You know, he's talking about switches, people getting shot, you know, people getting back. There's a lot of gun fingers, a lot of gun signs, a lot of fireworks popping off there. You know, it's street music, and unfortunately, it seems like, you know, his proximity to a situation in the streets might have unfortunately taken his life. Now, obviously, everyone here is talking about rest in peace in the comments. You know, really, really sad about this loss for the Montreal music scene. But what's interesting is obviously this post, and there's other videos that I've seen going around. I've seen a couple of videos in my recommended. Basically saying that he was affiliated with BFR, which is Presser and Bundog's crew. I think a lot of people are really just looking for anything right now to try and connect that situation to the top 5 situation. And if you go by the comments, it kind of gives another reasoning for this, because a lot of people wanted to try and say like, oh, this is get back for what happened to top 5. But really, the situation is actually a little bit more complicated. So people are saying, why was he at the mall at 6 a.m.? People saying he was there for a transaction. Who knows? Could have been handling some street business. People saying, look, this guy, people are begging it so much. The man is just cool with Presser and them, and he's in the city of Toronto a lot. This guy has real beef with other dudes in his city, and that might be why he's based in Toronto instead of his own city. And his enemies be in the city too. If you know, you know. It's unlucky for him, but he probably just crossed paths. He has nothing to do with the BFR beef. People saying there's mad politics in Montreal. I follow everywhere there. There's like 2-3 bodies in the van. Something about Montreal politics. These guys have serious beef. Some people are saying he killed a man and then he lost his life. Now, a lot of people are saying this has nothing to do with BFR. This is Montreal politics. There's nothing to do with it. So basically, people are saying, look, it's reaching. People are saying, if you told me Boulevard Blizz died, God forbid, you would say he's a BFR affiliate too. So people are saying it's a different thing, right? But I did see a comment that was interesting, saying he literally smoked someone from his own set 2 weeks ago after a party. These Zone 43 dudes are probably divided now. This was definitely a backdoor. And they're saying he deleted his Instagram before this situation. So some people are saying that really he had ended up getting somebody hurt very recently, and maybe that's why something ended up happening to him. But unfortunately, a lot of people are basically saying that this has something to do with the Top 5 situation. He's a BFR affiliate. I think people are reaching and begging it a little bit and just trying to find anything that they can try and associate with this, especially the Top 5 D riders. And I fucks with Top 5, okay? I rate Top 5, but at the end of the day, let's not just try and make any murder that happens in Toronto as get back for Top 5 all of a sudden, right? And this long post was going around that actually explained the situation about Lil Bentley. So this was going on saying the payback, Montreal settles their business in the 6. And it said the word on the street in Montreal is that Lil Bentley from 43's murder was a hit in retaliation for the murder of Ball Out from 43 earlier that month. Cedric Belizaire, aka Ball Out, was murdered. Did I say it right? Cedric Belzaire? Sorry if I got that name wrong, but it looks like Cedric Belzaire, aka Ball Out, was murdered after a boat party in Montreal. The word on the street is that Lil Bentley had a personal issue with Ball Out stemming from their time in jail, where there's a leaked video of them fighting on Telegram. During the boat trip, Ball Out slapped Lil Bentley. After the boat was back at the dock, they started to fight, and then rumor has it, Lil Bentley shot him after he got his gun from his car. Zone 43 is a gang from Montreal North. Their ops are Ambai, west of Montreal, 24 FHB, 24 a Laval gang from Saint Francois. We're getting into the French side of Canada now, and the beef, the language barrier is going to stop us looking any further into this beef. But yeah, this is a situation. They've got allies in Montreal that are mostly Crips. So yeah, apparently it's got nothing to do with the BFR situation. People saying that's why his page was deactivated. He bought a body and was laying low, deactivated his Instagram. People saying, what was he doing in Yorkdale Mall at 6:30? It doesn't open until 9. Saying he must have got lined up. He must have got set up. But that's the Little Bentley situation. I don't personally think that it's get back for Top 5. It sounds like he had a very serious situation going on for him. But I want to return to the Top 5 situation very quickly, because there's something crazy in the last video that I basically... Look. Okay. I'll just get straight to it, man. So the Top 5 hate page that I showed you in the last video, it's from this guy called Sniffer GGK. And now some people are trying to say that this was maybe run by a famous rapper in Toronto. Other people are saying that that's cap. To be honest, it has all the fingerprints of just like a super fan. This is possibly a whole perspective kind of guy that's just a Reddit demon and has got their hands on ChatGPT Premium and is now just waging war with the aid of ChatGPT and generative AI. So this page was going around, this Sniffer GGK, and I showed you this, that it had essentially predicted the stabbing of Top 5 days before it happened. Very, very strange, very bizarre. Now, I did tell you and I did show you this page was calling DJ Academics a rat after Academics said he spoke to Top 5 and confirmed that it wasn't UK mans that stabbed him. Obviously, I've made a video about the situation, and lo and behold, your boy made it. We done made it to Sniffer GGG's page. Okay, I'm on the page. He's made a little AI picture. Now, I've got to give props to Sniffer GGK. This is on point. Okay, look, I was wearing my red Nike Tech hoodie when I made the video, and look, this isn't a Nike Tech, but he got the red hoodie, he got the glasses, the little beard, you know, hairline's looking decent, got the headphones, got the Sony headphones on point. Okay, microphone a little bit iffy. My microphone's nicer than that, but still, I don't know about the Pepe. I've got frame pictures behind me. A Pepe, like for real. Maybe a frame picture of a cat. I mean, these details are intense, to be honest with you. They're insane. Got the Pepe the Frog there. It's genius, right? And look, let's just zoom in for the details, right? So he's saying, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I believe this is a reference to the fact that I misunderstood what Top 5 was saying. I thought he said, I'm being followed. He said forward to get out of there. He was definitely giving off the vibes of somebody that thought he was being followed, but regardless, that's not what he said. So I'll take the hit. Maybe I don't have any idea what I'm talking about all the time. But what I thought was an interesting detail, right? Let's zoom in on the screen, because this thing is details, right? So look, he's got this image. This is, I guess, meant to be DBK. Like, I would love to know the prompt that this person used to make this image. This is insane, right? You know, it's a bunch of shooters chasing top 5, and then DBK, I guess this guy's supposed to be in a wheelchair. This is meant to be, I guess, top 5 ratting in prison. It's got the GGG wrong, so it's done CCG. Obviously, this is the deal with generative AI. It's not always on point. When you try and mock your ops, sometimes it catches you lacking. And he's got Rat 5 in jail. I guess this is meant to be him with a bag over his head or him getting dunked in the toilet. AI kind of screwed this one up, but like, we get the gist. So this one's kind of funny. I thought this one was actually humorous, but the next one actually did scare me a little bit and was quite unsettling. This one is me getting shot. Now, I didn't appreciate this one. This is quite unsettling. My eyes, I'm just mesmerized, okay? Still got Pepe the Frog, so the details are still the same, and I think the Rat 5 details on the screen are a bit different. Somehow, this is him getting shot in jail, which I don't think that happens. Maybe I don't think that happens, right? And somehow, he's shooting the gun at top 5, but top 5 is telekinetically reversing the bullet into the shooter's head, and the shooter's also wearing a GGG chain, which makes no sense. So, yeah, that one was kind of a flop. And I guess really what he's trying to say is it's almost like I've maybe said GGGK's name 3 times and he's appeared behind the computer and opened fire. Now, I didn't appreciate this one. Also, I got the police badge on my chest, which it actually said Reorma. I think it's meant to say Informer, but he's gone for Reorma. I'll take that, man. I'm a Reorma out here, bro. I'm Reorming these fools. But yeah, this was actually quite unsettling. Quite unsettling, okay? But facts, y'all stay feeding the Trap Law Ross on the YouTube streets. So I appreciate you when the YouTube revenue for this reaction drops into my account. Shout out to Sniffer GGK for lining up the content. I appreciate you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You're feeding the streets. And this, honestly, is some of the most bizarre shit I've ever reacted to in my life. Like, what the fuck am I even looking at here? Bro, this is mental. This is mental. It's insane. This is Neon. I forgot to even show you this one. This is Neon. So this is obviously a reference to the video I showed you at the very start of this, where you know, top 5 was on the cause saying, "No, don't show my face. Don't show my face." He didn't say they got me, but he's just said, "Yo, you can't show my face." They've got him in the LGBT colors. Little Neon with his little shaved head, and the caption is "Cut him up like a chicken cutlet." Now, look, Sniffer GGK, incredible sense of humor, but honestly unhinged. Predicting the stabbing of top 5, that kind of scares me now. I don't think... I just don't even know what to think, to be honest. I'm scared. I'm actually scared. This is one of those moments where I'm like, this is actually the ravings of a lunatic. This is like top 5 getting chased out the hospital. I guess he's got a cone on his head like a cat. I mean, that's quite a funny, cute detail. Sniffer GGK, I know you watch this. I know you're watching these because I saw it on your story. I need to know the prompts. Tell me the prompts. Post on your story or your page the prompts that you use to create these, because it is absolutely unhinged, but the details are on point. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's a new one. I've never seen that before. I've never seen anything like that before. That was bizarre. So that's been going around. But there's other detail. I've got other updates, bro. I've got so many exclusives for you. I don't even know where to begin. All right. Okay. I've got a couple more exclusives for you. Right. So, okay. Look, I don't want to snitch anyone up here. All right. I don't want to snitch anyone up. But other people, all right. Some people were saying that an affiliate of the BR crew called FB, someone of a larger build, right? It looked like there was a bigger person running away from the scene of the stabbing. So they were saying, oh, FB had something to do with that. But here's the interesting thing. FB might have the perfect alibi, because he just dropped 5 hours ago a new tune called Africa Flow. Now, here's the interesting thing, okay? People are liking the tune, all right? It's dropped on the Up Top movement. That's a real piece of Toronto history for you there. But yeah, he's dropped a video, and he's interestingly... shows him moving from Driftwood to Nairobi, Kenya. Now, if you're a fan of the channel and you're a follower of UK Drill, Kenya is where our boy Suspect, if you ever follow that story about Camden and Active Gang, Suspect, he caught, allegedly, according to his own words, a couple bodies, right? Okay? Saying he got 2 packs like Suge, all right? That's what he's saying. And he flew out to Africa, he flew out to Kenya and hid out there for like 2 years before he got brought back. And he was partying like we're seeing in this video. Now, on the one hand, yeah, I want to say, if you're just dropping a video in Kenya now, when did you film that? I feel like FB could have a perfect alibi. So we're seeing people in the comments on Reddit talking about FB was there. But it looked like he might have been in Kenya recording this music video. You could perhaps say that, maybe he's fled to Kenya to avoid any justice, like some of these UK drill rappers be doing. But I think it's unlikely that within like 2 days he's managed to flee all the way to Kenya, record, edit, and release quite a high quality music video that does look pretty good. And I was rocking with the song, man. I was rocking with this. So I feel like seeing this, it makes me think, okay, I'm not thinking these guys are jet setters to the point where they're doing a drill and they're managing to get an entire production done in another country within 2 days. I feel like that's extremely far-fetched. So, you know what I mean? That might put our boy in the clear. Potentially, all right? Potentially, okay? We'll see how that goes. But I wasn't supposed to show this document, but you've seen it now. You've seen it now. So, basically, we're going to get to the next thing. And essentially, what we're seeing now is just like the whole of the UK turning around and just really coping with an identity crisis. Now, look, anyway, like, if you know me, okay, you know I love shitting on the UK, okay? The UK is what it is. It's the country that made me. It's where I'm from, but it kind of sucks, and we got a lot of problems. We got a lot of complexes in the UK. Okay, we don't like to see each other shine. Everyone wants to try and be the bad guy, the tough guy. And with everybody now saying, "Oh, it was dudes from Canada that had something to do with this stabbing," the UK is kind of looking a bit dusty out here. They're looking a bit weak. It's kind of like, people were rating us. They were rating our badness. They were rated like. They said there was no killers in the UK and he got touched the next day. We were serious. But it's like, that's not true. We're looking a bit weak. Maybe there are no killers in the UK. I'm not saying that because I might have bumped into a few killers in the UK. Say no more. But this is going around now. Okay, and there's a lot of theories. Okay, there's a back and forth. So I'm going to give both sides of this before anyone gets upset. People saying guys are cheesing from ear to ear about this whole top 5 situation. Bear in mind, this is in the UK drill subreddit. But let's state some things. It's been alleged that it was some BFR members who done the sourcing. It was done to get the chain. However, it wasn't successful, hence top 5 leaving his jewels. London gang members are already suffering from trying to earn the respect of the globe and are shamefully hinting that they had something to do with it. It's referencing Manor House, but that was a whole different situation. So again, I'm not condoning what's being said here, but they're trying to say that the Manor House guys were trying to claim the situation. From what I understand, the Manor House guys, the situation that went on in Manor House was very much a separate thing, and they're not trying to have anything to do with the top 5 situation. It's just fake news. Anyway, people are hinting that London had something to do with it, and they're saying London isn't the place to F around. Though it's true, no one from London has done anything to top 5, so this was the wrong situation to claim works, which now set the UK back as some Toronto podcasts are clowning us for claiming it. People are saying alleged, and whoever it was, bro, no one cares. No one in the UK even knew who this Don was like that. That's cap. I'm going to downvote that comment. That's trash. People are saying, who is us? Set the UK back. No one that has a job cares. Now look. I technically, do I have a job? You could call this a job. I technically have a job. But at the end of the day, I'm out here eating, watching content with all of the unemployed, just Torontologists all day long. Okay, that is what it is. And I feel like there is a certain degree of disappointment in the UK where people are feeling like, like the worldwide, the drill community, like the UK basically is like Lil Bro to America. And we just want to be rated so hard by the drill community. Like we want to be like Chicago so bad. We want to prove that we got bodies. Like how many UK rappers have you heard? Like, UK, like we get busy. We get busy in the UK with the shanks. Like we ain't got guns, but we still get busy. Don't get it wrong. We still get busy. And listen, we do get busy. But we've damn near got a complex about this whole thing, okay? So now I'll bring you to the next thing. From a UK content creator, I think this is Joker or Still Curious. He went on a long rant on the topic of this. And some people weren't feeling it. But like, he basically was saying, look, he's basically puffing out his chest and saying, look, even though the UK didn't get top 5 down, with still no joke, right? Still not to be messed with. Still no joke, right? Don't play around with the UK. They didn't do anything.
Man, I hear in top 5 that little goofy Canadian gangster is getting stabbed in the neck, and man are shocked. You cannot be shocked. You cannot be shocked. How many people from outside of the UK, as celebrities or rappers, how many of these man have come to this country and been violated, have been robbed, have been jumped, bro?
There's a few US rappers that have come to the UK and been violated. That is facts. That is facts. And it happens a lot. Even if you want to say like, oh, UK's not on anything. Oh, they got no guns. Like if I don't even believe it's true, but let's say other people were coming from who knows, any country to come and put in some work. Having to get a shank and do it with a shank is gutter, right? So it's like we're on serious badness in the UK, but at the same time, it's kind of like we haven't really got the resources to wage war like Chicago. Like I've been looking into St. Louis, bro. What they got going on in St. Louis with guns and the switches and the gang wars, bro, it's not even possible. There ain't enough knives in the kitchen to even achieve that in the UK.
We're not going out of our way as British people, and talking on gangsters in no country. We're not doing that.
That's cap. That is absolute cap. That one. I think that one's absolutely cap. Talking about UK people, we don't go out of our way to talk about gangsters in other countries. All UK gangsters want to do is talk about like how serious it is in the UK. I'm not saying it's all they want to talk about, but it's more just like the UK like really want to try and compensate for maybe the lack of guns or the lack of certain types of violence or criminal acts that go on in the UK. And I think the UK people almost have something extra to prove. But I do feel like the UK looks up to Chicago. It looks up to the Bronx. It looks up to LA, like LA gangbangers, Bloods and Crips. Like I've hung out with Bloods and Crips. Like when I've linked up with Bloods and Crips in real life, I'm like, wow, this is historic right now. And so the UK does look up to these other countries. Like I wouldn't agree with that, but I do feel like it's like overcompensating.
It's only these US guns and these Canadians and all that crap and all of them countries that feel like they just can talk on us, man. Like, see these US people, these Canadians, when they talk about the UK, they think about times when like back in the day, you know, when it was black and white. Like, that's what they think about, tea and that.
I feel like it's like that. I don't think the US gangsters are thinking about tea. I don't think they're thinking back in the day of muskets. I know people like to make the joke about muskets and that, but in reality, I think real American gangsters like that I've heard from or speak to, I feel like a lot of them kind of respect the UK. I feel like we've got a complex and we're overly trying to prove ourselves, but like I don't feel like that's even necessary because a lot of the Americans you speak to, they're quite put off by the knife work. Like a lot of Americans are like, bro, getting up close to your op and stabbing them is brazy. Like, I do not want to be even, I want to just be shooting from far away. I want to be popping off shots, headshots, keeping it moving. Like the idea of getting up close to your op and putting a knife through them until they're finished is insane. And Americans do actually respect that.
Stop thinking about that, bro. Because I'm telling you, the population in this country and how compact this country is, bro, you see how guns and that are all legalized in the US. If that was the same here, bro, even you man in the US would know damn well not to come down here. This top 5, brother, little fucking Somalian dickhead, you get me? You're even letting your Somalian community down. Shout out to my Malis. You're letting them down. You're letting them down here. You should be linking up, bro. Making up some business or whatnot. Bro, you talk shit on the country and you get yourself shoved in the neck. And I'll be real. I'm not even trying to say that these man didn't do enough, but bro, even for all the trolling that this top 5 guy has done, he had to be humble on a level. I don't even want to see this guy come on social media and be talking all this shit. And
I do actually agree there because I feel like even if it wasn't UK mans that hurt him, like him saying the UK's got no killers is not true. That is definitely not true. And I don't know, it's a weird one because I've heard that before. People are like, yo, if the UK had guns like America, it would be fine. It would be the most popping country. I don't know about that. I more feel like people just get the job done. They get the murders done with the knives that they would have got done with the guns. They speed up the gang wars, but I don't know if it would be like just frying, popping off like St. Louis in the UK. But maybe it would. I mean, you look at St. Louis and it's out of control with the gun laws.
And be saying, oh, they could have got me and they didn't get me. You know, and then like, bro, this nigga was the type of guy to lie about being on tag. Like, why would you lie about having a GPS tracker on you, bro? For the system, for the government to go on the news and say, yeah, this top 5 guy, he's just a goof, ignore him. Bro, you're not even bad to the system. You're just known to carry a gun. And this is what I'm saying. If anyone on this planet could carry a gun, they're feeling the more. And it's so fucked nowadays. A man has to define himself as a man in order to carry a gun. A gun makes you a man. You're a bitch, you're a pancake, allow it. You know what I'm saying? My man comes to this country trying to troll and that.
I feel like though that's a funny one where it's almost like people in the UK, it's almost like, yeah, you think if you need a gun to be tough, you're nothing. But then it's almost like the category of guns and knives. It's like a lot of the young guys that are in the streets, like they're carrying a knife. It's routine. It's just like, he's got a knife. I need a knife. I need to even the score. I need to settle it. In the US, if you're carrying a gun, you're just protecting yourself, right? They've got, what is it? The Second Amendment or whatever, the right to bear arms. And like, you have the right to have a gun and defend yourself. In the UK, if you have a gun, you're a madman. Like, you're just on the most smoke. Like, that's the thing. You can have a knife. You can be a bad man on road and have a knife and be ready to stab people. But if you've got a gun in the UK, you are wilding. Like, you're moving crazy. You know what I mean? You're a bad man. You're really on badness if you actually got a strap in the UK because you're not knowing, even having that, like, you're not supposed to have a knife either. You're moving like Rondo number 9 having the RPG everywhere you go if you have a strap in the UK. So I kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you've got a gun in the UK, it's a madness.
On top of that, you're flexing your jewelry and that. And then you're disrespecting our country. Trying to little baby our thing, little boy our country, talking about, oh, you can even put your addy there. Bruv, stop underestimating. I wouldn't even advise you to do that with any country, bro. Bullshit. I wouldn't advise you to do it with any country. Because you actually, bro, there's gang violence everywhere, bro. And I'm telling you, man are treacherous. In this country, man are hungry, bro. Man are hungry.
Now that's true, and especially right now, bro. A lot of people are down bad in the UK. The economy is trash. People are hungry. It's really not. It's really not the time to be running around with the jewels and dissing the man in the UK. It's funny because I feel like the Manor House situation really shows you. Like, it's funny. It's ironic that those two things happened together and got conflated, because it's like, what happened in Manor House where it was just kicking off and people were just trying to get into that car. I don't know if they were trying to rob the guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Could have been robbing him for his jewels or whatever. Could have been a watch. I don't know. But like, basically, they were going crazy trying to rob this, like trying to fuck this whole situation up. That's how treacherous the UK can get. People are hungry. People are serious in the UK. You know what I'm saying? It's actually out of control. The top 5 situation, want to talk about there's no killers in the UK. Look at what happened in Manor House, bro. Popping. Absolutely like out of control, wild London riots type shit. So to say the UK's got no killers, same shit that was happening the same night that you got your neck cut, is basically, bro, don't worry about that. The UK definitely got plenty going on.
You just give a reason to any UK don, and I'm telling you, bro, even the goodest youth will lick you. The goodest youth will rob you, fam. Will rob you, because, like, bro, you came to this country to enjoy wireless. You didn't come to troll and chat shit. Who the fuck are you, bro? You're a happy Somalian from Canada that just makes noise and chats bare shit.
Happy Somalian,
Trolls the
crazy.
internet for being a gangster. And it's like, with me, yeah, if you're a gangster, if you're actually about it, if you're out here, you don't make too much noise, especially on social media. You don't do that. He does all of that.
That's low key true. Like, I feel like the era of like real gangsters moving in silent is over with. Like, the baddest gangsters, bro. King Von was tweeting. King Von was not moving in silence. King Von was moving all caps with emojis. King Von was moving with emojis and headstones and counting the skulls on his IG story, bro. He was moving very much on loudspeaker mode.
Yeah, all of that. So separately, he deserved it. I can't lie. You can't come into this country and do that. Just can't.
So the UK really is going through an identity crisis right now with this whole situation, okay? People are basically just going back and forth saying, "Low, the UK is soft after all. The UK really is soft. This is what happened." People saying, "Nah." There's just a lot going on, okay? And like, it's just going crazy. I just think there's a lot of mad stuff. I mean, this has been going around. There's this other AI thing. Like, the fact that people are using the AI to stoke the gang wars and make fun of this situation. We're living in a whole new era. And I've always thought, people want to say, "Oh, Trap Law Ross, you promote the violence," all that kind of stuff. Look, if anybody is enabling a gang war, it's the social media companies, okay? And look, I love as much Reddit Torontology as the next person. But now you've got people, like, people keep talking about how AI is going to make, like, it's going to revolutionize work. It's going to make everything so easy. AI is revolutionizing the gang wars, because how quickly are you having 20-second professionally produced meme skits making fun of somebody that just got stabbed in a gang war? Like, how is this possible? Look at this.
There ain't no killers in the UK. There ain't no serious guys. They ain't coming to kill us.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Help! They're gonna kill me! Someone ring 911. It's 999, you idiot.
It's funny because I can't even get like ChatGPT to even like write me a sensationalized title for a video, because it's just like, oh no, I couldn't try and make a video about violence like more engaging and clickbait for you. That's not possible. You know, I've tried to get ChatGPT to tell me, like, yo, tell me what rapper's got the most plays. It's like, I couldn't possibly tell you that. But you know what I mean? These things will make a video for the gang members to mock their ops who just got their necks cut. Like, that is absolutely crazy. But it is what it is, people. So there you have it, man. This is basically just like the final, the biggest update that I can give you on the top 5 situation. I don't think I've got anything else to show you, like, other than I could do a video on the whole perspective guy. Like, he's wilding out, okay, but like, I could save that for another day. We'll see if it's interesting. But look, that's the latest top 5. He's apparently doing a live stream. What is it, tomorrow? It's Thursday today. He's going to be doing a live stream. We're going to find out once and for all. I don't know if it's going to be with Neon on his own in the UK, in Canada. Maybe he's got the private jet. Maybe Drake put him on the private jet back. He's probably got him the best doctors in the whole of the 6. And you know what I mean? They're going to rebuild him. Like 4 extra. It's going to be beautiful. So anyway, I'll update you with any more top 5 news. We're damn near 24-hour top 5 Fox 5 news, and I'll just keep you guys updated. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Appreciate everybody tapping in with the uploads. I'm going to find some other things to talk about when I've got more time to make more vids. I'm out of here.